This video is about Google Forms. Once again, the 9 buttons here, I'm going to open Google Forms. It's not here, I need to scroll down, it's a bit further down, and we open up just like we would any other app. And let's start with a blank form, and we'll introduce the 2 different types of form that you can make. So, first things first, when you open up a new form, this is just basically a default, standard, everyday, bog standard form. It's for sending out and getting responses from anyone who might have access to the form. So, let's say it's a form, what is your name? Very simple form. And the first question on that form is, what is your name? And what answer will that be? That'll be a short answer. Let's confuse our audience here. Let's add another question, not just what is your name. How old are you? And this time, I don't want to ask for specifics, I don't want to be rude. I'll give them a multiple choice. Are you between 0 and 18? Or are you 19 to 80? Or are you over 80? Scroll down again. I want a new question. I'm going to press here. And where do you live? And in this one, for the purposes of those people who might identify as living in 2 or 3 different places. Now, all I've done for this form is specify some questions and answers. I think it's now ready to send. Let's first of all give it a name. Very cleverly interpreted what the title of my form is. And I'm going to send it out to somebody. Let's say to Matthew. Click send, and that's it. That's all you need to do for a basic form. Matthew's now opening that form on his computer. And when he fills in the answers and clicks submit, you will get a response. And you'll be able to see a summary of those responses. So there's the responses here. All the people responded are in this category here. And here's the response for where you live. If you want to know what individuals have said, click the individual here, and you can see the individual answers. There's only one. If there's more, you can scroll through. Now that's a basic form. The problem with the basic form is it's anonymous. It doesn't collect a person's email address unless you ask Google Forms to do that. So let's go back to questions. First of all, you've got the option of adding a question. It just simply says, what is your email address? But let's say we want to automate that process. Let's go to settings. So first of all, we can make it so that only people at Bala City can access this form. I want to collect email addresses. And that means that they need to sign in before they start filling in the form. They won't be able to access the form without going through that sign-in window. And let's say that when they've done it, they'll get a receipt to say that they've completed the form. And let's say they always get that. That way, if they've completed, say, a form which is about your immigration status, perhaps, or a form about a piece of homework that you've done, you can guarantee that that person will get a receipt. Can they edit it after they've submitted it? No, I don't want them to do that. And see summary charts and text responses? No, I don't want them having any more feedback. I just want them to collect the information. And that will make it a bit more secure. Now, let's make it so that, actually, instead of being just secure, we want to make it so that each person can only fill it in once. Limit to 1 response. That means that once they've completed the form and submitted it, they will not be able to submit it again unless they have a second email address. If they do have a second email address, you will know because it will appear with both email addresses in your list, and you can delete anybody that fills it in more than once. Once you've got your responses, this button here allows you to get those responses out of Google Forms as a Google Sheet. And I'll open it up in a new tab. And there we are. There's the results. Makes it very easy to analyze any data that you get from your forms. Furthermore, it will save it in your Google Drive. And there's my form. So that's how to create a form. Now, go in the opposite direction. Let's say that Matthew has a form for me to fill in. He's going to send it to me now. When he does, I'll get an email that tells me that I've been sent a form to open up. And there it is. Vocabulary check 1. In my email, I open it up, I'll fill out the form, and it's a vocabulary test. Tells me here that my email address will be recorded. That's good. So 32 is the answer when 8 is divided by 4. 9 is more than 4, and so on and so on and so on and so on. It doesn't say that I have to fill in all the answers, so I'm just going to just do those 2. Yeah, I want to have a copy of my responses so that I can look at it later, and yes, go ahead, let's submit that. Ooh, view score. And it tells me what I've got right and wrong. So it's clear that Matthew has made a form that not only has questions, but has the answers hidden in there somewhere as well and tells me whether I got them right or not. So let's look at how to make a form which does this and gives you the marks. Let's close that one, and this one, and this one. Let's close everything down, actually. And let's start with a brand new form. I'm going to open a new forms window. And this time, let's have a blank form, but I want to do something a bit different this time. I want questions and answers, and I want points, and I want it so that it gets marked when somebody fills it in. So let's call this very hard test. give it a name. Google knows. So the first question, what is 1 plus 1? Is it 2 or is it 76? Who knows? Required. Yes, they must answer that question. Let's add a new question. What is the capital city of Russia? Is it Moscow? Or is it Beijing? Take the question marks out. And let's have a really fiendishly difficult one with a typed answer this time. I'm going to have a short answer. What is the name of the capital city of Tatarstan? And that's my test. Now, what I want to do, first of all, let's make this question and this question compulsory. I don't want it so that people can just fill in the form and finish it and forget about it. I want to make sure that they can get the feedback on whether they've got answers right or wrong. And I also want to put a number of points for each question. So, up here in settings, I'm not going to make this a general form. I'm going to make it a quiz. Let's make this one a quiz. And that means I can assign points values to questions and allow auto-grading. Excellent. Let's just check. Yes, I want to collect email addresses. I only want one response per person, and I want them to get a receipt when they've done it. No, they can't edit it after they submit it, and no, I don't want them getting any marks. Make it a quiz. Respondents can see missed questions. Yes. And I'll click Save there to save that setting. Now, this little option here is now popped up on every question. So I'll click Answer Key, which is the right answer. Obviously, it's 2. And I think that will be a 1-point question. And job done. Go back to editing the question, and it will show me which one I've marked as correct. It's capital city of Russia. I need to give an answer key. The capital is Moscow. That's more difficult. I've got points. 2 points. And back to editing the question. And this one, capital city of Tatarstan. I'm going to make this a 5-point question because it's very hard. And I'm going to add a few different correct answers. I'm going to add Kazan. If they spelt it without the capital K, I'll let them off for that. And if they typed it in Russian, I'll let them have that one as well. And also, yeah, okay, if they spelt it without the capital K, and also if they spelt it without the soft sound at the end. Oh, they might have capitalized that as well. I'll let them off for that one. And yes, mark all other answers as incorrect. I think that's covered everything. Still got the Russian keyboard on. And there we go. That's my quiz now done. Just like in every other app, all changes saved in Drive. The very hard test there, it saves automatically into Google Drive. You never have to worry about losing your information. And that's ready to go. Let's say I want to have a look what my form looks like before I send it out to anybody. This is the preview button. It looks like an eye. Press it, and it'll show me what it looks like. So let's have a go. 1 plus 1, 2. Capital city of Russia is Beijing, and the capital city of Tatarstan is Kazan. Let's have a look. Submit. Yes, I would like to view my score. Oh, so I got that one right. Correct answer is Moscow. And there are my correct answers. Did I spell that incorrectly? No, I didn't. That's what I went wrong on. So I only got 1 out of 8 on this. Oh my god, that's terrible. So let's close that down. I go back to my form that I was making, my quiz. It's now come up in responses. Can I look at each individual question as well? Just like before. And just like before, I can download that as a spreadsheet. Now, setting up a quiz makes it very, very easy to set assignments in Google Classroom, which will be the content of the next video. In the meantime, have a play, send a few forms out to some random people, and change the settings, change them to quizzes, and have a bit of fun with it. Enjoy!